We are going to discuss the topic medical termination of pregnancy (MTP) first. Intentional or voluntary termination of pregnancy is called medical termination of pregnancy or induced abortion. Medical termination of pregnancy is otherwise known as induced abortion. 40 to 45 million MTPs are taking place every year, but it is not meant for the purpose of decreasing the population. But obviously, due to this, some population decline may be there, but it is not meant for that purpose. In order to reduce the population, nobody is not doing this MTP or induced abortion. It decreases the population, but it is not meant for that purpose. It is not accepted or not legalized. Why? Because there are some reasons related to it that are emotional, ethical, religious and social issues. Emotional, ethical, religious and social aspects are against medical termination of pregnancy. Medical termination of pregnancy is not accepted or legalized because of these issues. Government of India legalized this MTP in 1971 with some strict restrictions to check the indiscriminate or illegal female feticide. So Government of India legally allowed this medical termination of pregnancy in 1971. But with some strict restrictions, have to check indiscriminate and illegal female feticide. Female feticide means abortion of the female fetus. What is the aim of MTP? Why MTP is done? To get rid of unwanted pregnancies due to unprotected intercourse, failure of contraceptives, rapes, fatal to mother or fetus. So during these situations, these conditions, MTP is usually carried out. MTP is to get rid of unwanted pregnancies due to unprotected intercourse, failure of contraceptives, rapes, and if it is fatal to mother or fatal to fetus or both. MTP is done during these situations. MTP is safer within first trimester, that is within 12 weeks, and second trimester onwards it is risky. Unwanted MTPs should be avoided. Can be corrected by giving counseling. Some unqualified quacks are doing this abortion. It is unsafe, illegal and risky. It can be conducted by an experienced doctor only. An experienced doctor or medical practitioner can only do this induced abortion or MTP. And one more point we have to remember here, that is the misuse of amniocentesis followed by MTP should be avoided. That means in certain places in India we can see that amniocentesis to find the sex of the child before birth, prenatal sex determination through amniocentesis, and if the developing fetus is female, they will go for MTP. That should be avoided. Next is sexually transmitted diseases. These are infectious diseases that are transmitted through sexual intercourse or sexual contact. They are also known as STDs or venereal diseases, sexually transmitted diseases or STDs, venereal diseases or VDs, or reproductive tract infections. Some of the examples are bacterial such as gonorrhea, chlamydiasis, syphilis. Gonorrhea is caused by Neisseria gonorrhea. Chlamydiasis is caused by Chlamydia trachomatis. Syphilis is caused by Trichoderma pallidum. Among the STDs, main bacterial diseases are gonorrhea that caused by Neisseria gonorrhea, and chlamydiasis that caused by Chlamydia trachomatis. Syphilis caused by Trichoderma pallidum. And viral STDs are AIDS, genital herpes, genital warts. AIDS is caused by HIV, human immunodeficiency virus. Genital herpes is caused by herpes simplex virus, and genital warts is caused by human papilloma virus. Human papilloma virus, otherwise known as HPVS. So these are the viral STDs. AIDS, acute immune deficiency syndrome, that is caused by HIV or human immunodeficiency virus, and genital herpes, that is caused by herpes simplex virus, and genital warts is caused by human papilloma virus. So these are the viral STDs. And the protozoan STD, one example, it is trichomoniasis,
that caused by Trichomonas vaginalis.
So these are some of the examples of STDs and their causative organisms. Transmission of HIV and hepatitis B. Now let us see the mode of transmission of HIV and hepatitis B. Both are. It is transmitted through the sexual contact with the infected person. Sharing of injections and needles. Sharing of injections and needles. Sharing of unsterilized or surgical instruments. Blood transfusion from infected person. Blood transfusion from infected person. And last, infected mother to fetus. Here are some of the mode of transmission of HIV or hepatitis B, which are incurable STDs. There is no specific treatment for these kind of STDs, and it transmits through sexual contact with the infected person. Sharing of injections and needles. If same needle is used for injecting an AIDS patient or hepatitis B patient, thereafter if any others are using the same, the disease will transfer from the patient to the healthy person. Sharing of unsterilized surgical instruments and blood transfusion. A healthy person is receiving blood from an infected HIV or hepatitis patient. Of course, that person will get this disease. And last, infected mother to the fetus. So these are the modes of transmission of HIV or hepatitis B. Except AIDS, hepatitis B and genital herpes, all other STDs are curable. Coming to the next is the symptoms of STDs. The symptoms are minor in the early stages. And the symptoms which include itching, fluid discharge, slight pain, swelling in the genital area or genital region, so these are the symptoms of STDs. The symptoms are minor in the early stages. The symptoms which include itching, fluid discharge, slight pain, swelling in the genital region, etc. In females, the symptoms do not show for a long time. In female, the symptoms are not seen for a long period and remain undetected. But in the later stage, it may lead to pelvic inflammatory diseases, or PID. This may lead to complications in the future, such as abortion, stillbirth, ectopic pregnancies, infertility, or even cancer in the reproductive tract. Coming to the symptoms of STD, symptoms may not appear or it may be minor in the early stages, which include itching, discharge of fluid, slight pain and swelling in the genital region. In case of female, the symptoms are not seen for a long period and that remain undetected. But this in later stage, it may lead to pelvic inflammatory diseases or PID. These pelvic inflammatory diseases can lead to complications in the future, such as abortion, stillbirth, ectopic pregnancy, infertility, cancer in the reproductive tract, etc. What are the preventive measures of STD, or how can we prevent sexually transmitted diseases or STDs? First one, avoid sex with unknown or multiple partners. Avoid sex with unknown or multiple partners. Always use condom during coitus. In case of doubt, one should go to qualified doctor. If it is diagnosed, do complete treatment. These are the preventive measures of STD, or how can we prevent STDs. First point, avoid sex with unknown and multiple partners. Use of condoms during coitus. And third, in case of doubt, one should go to a qualified doctor. Why? Because some of the social stigma associated with it, or some of them may be due to shy, may not go to the doctor or may not go for the treatment. And last, if it is diagnosed, how to do the complete treatment. So these are the preventive measures to get rid sexually transmitted disease. In case of STD also, the same policy we have to follow, that prevention is better than cure. And that's about today's class. We'll see you in the next class. Thank you.